What is up, members of my collector corps? It is I, Super Mario Zilla, or you can call me Vinny, and today, welcome to a different type of video. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite video game franchises is Mortal Kombat. I love fighting games and always make an excuse to play almost any fighting game. And I've been having my fair share of fun with the newest title, Mortal Kombat 1. But with Collectibles, there wasn't much in the modern day. And then, Storm Collectibles came along with their Mortal Kombat line. The line that put them on the map. Everyone was excited since these were 1/12 scale Mortal Kombat figures. High quality imports. These were everything a figure collector and a Mortal Kombat fan can ask for, and they released a bunch of stuff. But unfortunately, as of recent, they lost the license to the Mortal Kombat line, leaving many of their prototypes to not go into market. Which is a shame because I really love all these figures. They're so fun. So fun to pose, so fun to take pictures with, they're amazing. So it's really sad to see the line that put them on the map just disappear. And I don't know how or why Storm lost the license, so do not ask me. To honor the deadline and to show you how much I really do love all these figures, I'm going to do a ranked list on all of the core 1/12 scale Mortal Kombat figures. Now notice how I said core figures. I'm talking about all the normal versions of each figure. I'm not counting many of the special editions or many other repaint variants, since those are the same figures anyway, just with different colors and maybe slightly different accessories. So yeah, I'll just talk about the main figures. There are a total of 28 base Mortal Kombat figures released in the line. So I will rank these based on how much I go back to them and sort of worst to best. I say sort of because, well, I don't really think any of these figures in the line are truly bad. I really don't. In my opinion, at least, I never really had any bad experiences with the Mortal Kombat Storm Collectibles line. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time and get started with the list.
Sector. This is the only figure to have truly something wrong with it. The discolored red. I don't know how that happened at all, and quite honestly, it can be really distracting. And that's a shame because this figure is still good. I love the red done right, and I love the satin finish the black has. And the articulation is awesome. He poses really well, and his accessories are a lot of fun. Even comes with the Crusher to recreate his famous fatality from Mortal Kombat 3. So that's awesome. Quite honestly, even with the discolored red, I would still recommend this figure. It's hard to find now, and I'm sure the value will continue to go up since the license is now gone, but if you can find this for a good deal, I would go for it. Kung Lao. Kung Lao is a figure I don't go back to a whole lot, but don't misunderstand me, this isn't a bad figure at all. This is still a very good figure. If I had to make one complaint, it would be that the ankles are pretty stiff to move and the hat is hard to adjust. But other than that, this is a pretty good figure and his accessories are fun accessories as well. I definitely recommend picking this figure up if you can find him for a good price. He has great paintwork, great sculpt work, and his accessories are fun. He's worth it if you happen to be a fan of the character or the franchise. Nightwolf. Not one of my favorite characters, but even so, this is still well done. He is awesome. I love the paintwork on his face and the work on his jacket. It's really good stuff. Sculpt work is also really well done. What more could a Nightwolf fan ask for? A well done figure, and his accessories are also top-notch stuff. And the ankle articulation isn't too bad either. A common problem on these figures is sometimes the ankle articulation. Just have to be aware of that and you're golden. Still, Nightwolf is awesome, and he's still available at the time this video is up, so definitely pick him up. Mortal Kombat 3 Reptile. What fun figures all the Mortal Kombat 3 ninjas are. I was originally annoyed at the fact that more ninjas were coming out, but when they were released, that frustration subsided. These are pretty awesome, and Reptile is no exception. I love how this figure turned out, and again, his accessories are awesome. And his articulation is top-notch and something I appreciate about Reptile. Here is the satin finish on his clothes. I'm glad they're not glossy like Scorpion or Sub-Zero. I love this figure, but if you want to make him stand out, maybe use the Reptile Unmasked head. Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero. Pretty much enjoyed this figure for the same reason as Reptile, so what makes this figure stand out will be the accessories. Has a bunch of ice accessories catered to him, and a few cool blood accessories to create a fatality display. This figure is well done. I love the cool blue he has on his clothes, that's awesome. Sub-Zero is a cool release, and yes, that pun was intended. I recommend getting either this version or the version with the translucent blue arms. Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. Same as the previous two figures, great sculpt, paintwork, and great articulation, and the accessories are awesome as well, but I'll be honest, I prefer the selection with the classic Scorpion figure. There's not enough fire accessories with this figure, not at all, just the axe and the spear, which are good, don't get me wrong, I just wish he came with a bit more. Regardless, he's still enjoyable for the same reasons as Sub-Zero and Reptile. Mortal Kombat X Goro. Yeah, they started making modern designs for the characters before the rest of the classics, but even still, Goro turned out awesome. I think his chest is a little too soft, it accommodates too much for the articulation, so maybe harden that up a little bit next time, Storm. Oh wait, there is no next time. That hurts, what I just said. At the time of this video, Goro is still available, so if you want him and don't have the classic figure, then you may want to get this figure. He's a pretty solid release. Classic Rain. I'll never forget when I picked this figure up at New York Comic Con. That was an awesome time. Rain turned out pretty good. I love his accessories, and all the classic ninjas have fantastic articulation and great sculpt and paintwork. I love all of it. The lightning effects are my favorite for this release, and I love the hand that's shooting water. That's awesome. If you could find this figure for a good price, then definitely pick him up. He's awesome. Classic Scorpion. The first ever release in the Mortal Kombat line from Storm Collectibles, and I think he's aged rather well. Comes with a great selection of accessories, his articulation is still fun, and his sculpt and paintwork is chef's kiss. This is an awesome release. It was back then and still is now. But it's not my top Scorpion figure, so I don't really recommend this figure over what's coming up on the list. You'll see what I mean a lot later. Either way, this is a nice figure. Classic Sub-Zero, another cool true blue release. This figure is just as good as Scorpion. I love this figure, and Sub-Zero is one of my favorite characters, so you can imagine how excited I was to see this puppy go up for pre-order. His accessories again are the icing on the cake. You can recreate his famous fatality from Mortal Kombat 1, classic Mortal Kombat 1, I mean. Thanks for that, NetherRealm. Still, this is an awesome release for sure, and I do recommend you get him if you find him for a good price. Mortal Kombat 3 Kano. Another fun release for sure. I wish it was Mortal Kombat 1 Kano though, but oh well. I'll take what I can get. Kano still ended up being an awesome release. I love the weapon accessories and I love the eye laser he comes with. That's really cool. His sculpt work is fantastic and his paint work is eye candy. This is such a nice release and I'm happy we got him. If you could find him and are a fan of the character, I'd say grab him. And unfortunately, we won't see Cabal to go alongside him. Shiva, the first and last female figure to be released in this line, and out of all the females it had to be, it was Shiva and not Kitana, Melina, or even Sonya. As pissed as I am about that, I'm not gonna hold it against the figure. It's quite overhated, and I think it's because of what I mentioned. Shiva is still a fun figure to mess around with. Great sculpt work, great paint work, and great articulation. And whatever jokes you expected me to make, you should be ashamed of yourself and get your head out of the gutter. Classic Shao Kahn, the first big boss to release in the line, and man did he deliver. Although his helmet is hard to line up with the eye sometimes, but it's cool that it can be removed at all. So that's awesome. And I love that he comes with his classic throne, that's really cool. And the throne looks amazing. I love the colors of it and the paintwork blending. Shao Kahn has so many great details, amazing sculpt and paintwork, and his articulation is top-notch stuff for sure. It's awesome. I love this figure. It's definitely one of my personal favorites. I recommend finding this figure if possible. Just try not to spend an arm and a leg on him. Raiden, the Thunder God, thankfully got a figure in the line before it was too late. And what a treat this figure is. He comes with a lot of lightning accessories, and it is really cool. You can do a lot with Raiden. His sculpt work and paint work are once again top notch, and he poses really well too. I love his accessories, they add a lot of fun factor and give him a lot of display possibilities, and it can recreate one of his fatality moves. Raiden is another great release. Baraka. I remember seeing the prototype of this figure in person and it was so cool to see, and the final product made a welcome change from the prototype. Changed the teeth from being silver to white. That's good. Baraka has a lot of fun factor thanks to those blades. You can do a lot of stuff with them, and recreate some of the moves from the classic Mortal Kombat games too, so that's awesome. Lots of blood effects, a cool projectile accessory, and overall his look is awesome. I love the sculpt and paint work on this piece, it looks amazing. This is another favorite for me. I definitely recommend this figure as well if you can find him for a good price. Cyrax. Cyrax the mustard robot joined the line when the Mortal Kombat 3 ninjas were rolling around, and he turned out awesome. I love the sculpt so much, and the paintwork is beautiful, and his accessories definitely sell it. He has his net, some bombs, and just overall, like with the previous figures, has a lot of fun factor. He is a joy to mess with. Again, he's long gone, but if you could find him or his Big Bad Toy Store exclusive version for a good price, then I'd say you could get this figure for sure. He'll make a great addition to your collection. Cyber Smoke. Same thing as Cyrax, but I love the colors on this a lot more. It just looks nicer in my opinion. And I love the smoke effects the figure comes with. And the other accessories he comes with are awesome too. The spear and the bombs make for a bunch of fun accessories, and have added a lot of fun factor to the figure. I pretty much enjoy him for the same reasons as Cyrax and Sector. So happy to get all three of the Cybers before it was too late. Classic Goro, one of the largest figures in the line, standing nearly a foot tall. Goro looks awesome. He's such a fun release. The only bad thing about him is the ankle articulation. But that's it. He's covered in fantastic sculpt and paintwork. He looks great, and besides the ankles, he still poses really well, so that's awesome. And his accessories are a treat. Bunch of different hands and a green projectile accessory, so that's awesome. He comes with that. Definitely hunt this figure down if you can. It's a fun figure for sure. Classic Noob Saibot. Noob is aesthetically pleasing to the eye for sure. I love his translucent arms and head, that's awesome, and I love his scorpion accessories as well. That's also awesome. Overall, Noob is a surprisingly fun release and a good looking figure despite it being mostly black. We almost got the Mortal Kombat 3 version of this figure, but that will not happen unfortunately. Still, this is such a good release. Definitely hunt this down for a good price. Classic Ermac. Ermac is another fun release thanks to his accessory selection. Ermac comes with green magic effects to make it look like his enemy's arms got ripped off, so that's awesome. Storm always does an awesome job with the accessories, but Ermac also has a very nice looking colors and sculpt work. I love the red used for this figure. It's so pleasing to the eye, so that's awesome. I love this figure, and I also recommend him, again, for a good price. Classic Human Smoke. Before getting Cyber Smoke, we got the human version of Smoke and he looks awesome. I love the smoke effects so much. It just looks so cool when he's all smoky. And his color of silver is brilliant. I like it a lot. Smoke is pure eye candy to look at. I pretty much enjoy him for the same reasons as the other classic ninjas. He's another fun release for sure. Definitely see if you can hunt this figure down for a good price, and I know I'm saying that a lot, but these are great figures and are really expensive right now on sites like eBay. Classic Reptile. My favorite color is green, and Reptile does not disappoint here, and his accessories again are really fun. His acid effects are fun to play with, and his articulation again is fantastic stuff. Like the other ninjas, I enjoy Reptile for the same reasons. Great sculpt, accessories, articulation, all that. I love this figure and the character. If you're a fan of the character, then definitely get this release. Maskless Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero without the mask is not the most popular design, but even still, this figure turned out fantastic. I love this figure so much. He comes with a lot of blood accessories and a lot of ice accessories, even some to recreate his fatality. This version of Sub-Zero is one of my personal favorite figures in the line. I highly recommend this figure if you love the character. I'd say he's a good one to have. Great sculpt and paintwork and articulation once again. Find this figure if you can. Motaro is a stupid good release. I love the accessories, including his skeleton accessory, which is also posable. His articulation is fantastic, and he poses very well, surprisingly. His tail is on a bendy wire, but that's fine. Not as bad as I thought it was, but it won't last forever. That's for sure. Also, he has a beam effect, so that's always nice. That's a one-up on Monstarts. If you love Mortal Kombat 3, then you know how much Motaro kicks your butt. He's such a fun release, and I recommend him for sure. Definitely try to track him down. Liu Kang is amazing, comes with some good stuff, and has, say it with me now, the dragon. The dragon helps make the high price worth it alone. It's really good, and I love it. And Liu Kang is really good too. Awesome sculpt and paint, great articulation, except for the ankles. This is a great set, and I highly recommend him for the dragon for sure. Awesome stuff, and I'm glad we got Liu Kang before it was too late, because he was a character we needed for a while, so I'm glad he joined the line. I recommend him as well. Mortal Kombat 9, Shao Kahn. Holy crap, I love this design of Shao Kahn, and I love this figure. It's such a stupid good release. Such a good figure. Sculpt and paintwork is fantastic, his articulation is also a lot of fun, and I love the throne he comes with in the deluxe version. It's so good. Loads of detail and paintwork. It's a stupid good release for sure. Expensive, but still a good release. This figure is still available at the time this video goes up, so if you could find him, then definitely grab him. He's a fun figure for sure, especially if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat 9. Kintaro. Kintaro is an awesome release. I love the articulation and I love the height on this figure. Getting big figures is always a treat to have. He's such a fun release, and I'm glad we got him before the line got discontinued. His accessories are also a lot of fun. I recommend this figure for sure. He scales great with other characters and looks amazing. He's such an amazing piece for sure. I love him. Definitely get him for sure. I think he's sold out, I didn't double check, but if you can find him, definitely grab him for sure. What could possibly have taken the top spot on this ranked list? 2020 event exclusive Scorpion. Holy crap, this is a fantastic release. This is such a good figure for sure. His chain is an actual chain, and the fire accessories he has are awesome. This figure is so well done. A perfect update to the ninjas, and we were supposed to get Sub-Zero in this design, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. Find this figure if possible. His accessories and articulation make it worth it alone. A great update to the classic Scorpion. I love this figure so much, and it's pretty much one of my favorite figures of all time. It's that good in my opinion. Absolutely hunt this figure down. It's worth it, but not worth it for $200.
I was truly saddened to see that the line was dead, and I was so desperately hoping it was a prank. But I was wrong. So imagine how sad I was when I found out it was dead and was hoping it wasn't, but because I love the line so much, and no, it's true, they no longer have the license. So that really sucks, because I love all the figures, and I'm very grateful for the ones we did manage to get. I hope one day maybe they can get the license back, but I'm not going to have my hopes up for that, because every time I do, they get crushed. With that being said, thanks so much for watching the video. I'm sorry if it was a long one, but if you stuck around, I really appreciate it. With that being said, I am Super MarioZilla, and I am out. Make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, let's have a chat, subscribe to support the channel, it really does help out, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of my uploads or any future content. With that being said, I'm Super MarioZilla, or you can call me Vinny, and I am out. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.